From Ofnus Valediction. Well, about time I got around to this, even if it's on vacation, as you can tell. But here we have the sophomore album of this UK melodic black metal band, with a slight emphasis on the symphonic, balanced out with the occasional death metal growl. And well, really, how much you're going to like an act like this is based on how much you can tolerate certain frustrations I have with modern melodic black metal. The overly polished production, trying for a dramatic symphonic swell and a Dimmu Borgir vibe that only haphazardly sticks the landing. Some of the symphonic elements can sound kind of runny. The cackling, guttural vocals that might actually be more convincing for death metal growls than at the front of the mix right here. The single-minded approach to this sort of malevolence has never felt all that convincing to me without a lot of variation or production balance. The really underpowered bass lines, and the drum work that sure is technically impressive but lacks some texture, especially in the blast beats. I would say a lot of the guitar work is pretty good. The solo on Reflections of Delusion really jumped out at me, and while I think the dynamics are a little lacking, I wouldn't say the songs lose momentum over some extended runtimes, even if they start feeling kinda uniform by the very end. Now, this would be where you'd hope the content might save things. This is an extended exploration of the cycle of grief, with the first track as the inciting death incident, and each song following each step, drenched in the bleak sadism and depression that can come through the darkest possible framing of each moment. With the poetry being, well, a little more textured than I expected. It very nearly got there for me. But when you notice that Ofnus includes an alternate conclusion to the cycle on the final song where no closure is possible and this ending is awash in misery, I'm on the fence whether or not it works, as it might be more realistic to how such a dark character might actually experience the cycle, but as a last-minute downbeat ending and one of the weakest songs on the album to boot, it's less impressive. If that was the metatextual point, I could kind of respect it, but I'm not really convinced the performance earns that analysis. But overall, look, even if the more atmospheric side of this is solid with pretty decent underlying tunes, the single-minded melodic black metal approach, even with the solid thematic undercurrents, just not for me, not my favorite. I hear quality. I know this is going to find an audience. I'm just not sure I'm fully in it. That's all.